Hello everybody, and welcome to Count Creven Plays Minecraft. This here is going to be a pilot of a series I have been asked to do by my good friend Night Shadows here on his server. He is very curious about how I build stuff, and as such I will walk around and show you, and in particular him, how I think and build what I do. We are at the moment standing on my current project, which is a cathedral. Not the largest or grandest of cathedral, but a cathedral nevertheless. And I will begin this episode by giving you a quick server tour. Let's just put on what bits of armor I have left and walk down these half-done stairs into the heart of the very cathedral. Now, where are we? We may just have a quick look here over the flooring that I am currently in the process of doing, and as such I require a lot of coal. And I will be looking for coal throughout this episode probably, and if I see some I will note it and go mine it later. But enough about that. Let's head down, because I can see right there, as I'm sure you can too, there's two chests that does not belong to me. I have actually already had a sneak peek to see what's in them, but let's go show you as well. Let's see. A small gift from you, from me to you / Shade. Shade is the short name of Night Shadows, of course. He gave me two signs. Can't really say I need them, but it's very nice to have, I suppose. And look at this. Lots and lots of coal. Almost one stack of coal blocks when we combine it, which will do wonders here on the flooring. Let's head out into the brave new world of Night Shadow server, shall we? Looking out here we can see what looks like a battle zone or wasteland. I can admit it's not the absolutely prettiest, but Night Shadows is in the process of building some nice crud here. What did I just pick up? Oh, some dirt and string, what I always wanted. Let's head down. I figured if you can see the hill over there, we're going to stand there so you can get a good front view look on the cathedral and see whether you think it will be worth following me or not, since that is the thing I'm most likely to build. I will probably give some small tutorials about such things, and perhaps combine that with some general redstone knowledge and such. Let's turn around. There we are. That is the front of the cathedral that I am currently in the process of building. As I said, it's probably not the fanciest or most beautiful or best of the cathedrals you might see, but it is the best I can accomplish currently. This here is all done in survival, and let's see if we can get a move on, seeming as time is of the essence and the sun is yet again setting. Took a bit of damage there, but that's okay. You will find that I have quite a reckless playing style and will usually just jump down holes in crud. I have come to rely quite heavily on my feather falling boots. I can also address some things that a lot of you might be wondering about. Yes, it is in fact quite weird for me to start a let's play when I'm more or less at the finishing touches of a project. But nevertheless. First stop here is the... oh, pardon me so much. Let me just turn that down for you. Friendly creatures. Let's put it down to 30%, yes? Is the chicken auto cooker. I don't know. I believe it is Shizumavoid's design. So go check out Shizumavoid's videos. That is Izuma spelled with an X in the front, and void as in void. Anyways, that's the main source of food on this server. Here we can see the, what I call a watchtower, but what was supposed to be a wizard tower, built by a member of this server called Electric Guy, who currently lives in this lovely, I would like to say English, or maybe British architectural house here. Electric Guy, yes, or E.G. Swee, as he's known in Minecraft. He has also built this quite lovely little bar, or tavern, if you will, called the Crooked House. You can see here. It's very nice. I'm not entirely sure how the bartender gets in. I suppose he has bar jumps here. Oh, somebody has spoken something, haven't they? And, well, we have the beer taps. And, of course, the tables where the patrons might sit. It is quite lovely. This here beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fountain. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? Yes, it's so pretty. It was built by the server's owner, Night Shadows. Yes, I really think it adds something. Over here we have the blacksmith, as built by me. Not the grandest or most beautiful thing. It's a bog standard villager blacksmith that I just modified a tad bit. I felt it fleshed out the server nicely. And here we have the armory, where you can see the various sorts of armor, and yes, I believe you are welcome to also steal these broken pieces of crud armor that is a bit everywhere. I hope the sound quality and volume will come out fine on this. Not entirely sure. Look here, we have a doggy. Hello doggy, how are you? Well, this here is Shade's house, or Night Shadows. It is also built, I do believe, by Electric Guy. He is quite a talented builder, and I love the rustic little British houses he has made. Here we have some houses that I believe is for sale. They are built by Bumby, another member of the server. This here, glorious building, glorious building, a cube made of cobblestone, is where we housed Portal. It is built by Night Shadows. I do believe it's not the most beautiful piece of work, but it does serve the purpose fairly well. Moving on. Over there we had a spider. Let's ignore him, see if he goes away, right? Here we have the less than spectacular and not too awfully pretty train station as built by me. I think during this series I will probably rebuild this because I don't like the looks of it particularly. Oh, I should of course also address the elephant in the room, the tower, which is the second thing I built on this server after Electric Guy asked me whether I could build a small church for the town, and this is what I came up with. It's nothing too special, it's your bog standard cathedral tower without the actual cathedral. As I said, moving on. Lots of things to show, I suppose. This is not the most advanced server, we are not the greatest or most advanced players. Let's run away from that spider again. But we do love what we do, and we do it quite a bit. Over here, no, it's not fixed. There has probably been some sort of a creeper accident here. Nevertheless, this here is Bumby's house, a work in project. I do say I find parts of it really beautiful. Really beautiful. But then again, at parts like here, almost all of the elements in and of themselves work very well. It is too cluttered, too much things everywhere. I believe it can become very beautiful later on, no doubt about it, but perhaps he should have just used some accenting blocks. This is a bit much for my taste. Over here we have the semicircle or half circle, which overlooks the city, and another little rustic house over there, also built by Electric Guy. Can you see what I mean about him building very beautiful little rustic houses? Nevertheless, let's not invade on Bumby's privacy any further, but instead move on to harass the rest of my neighbors, shall we? Lovely. Shush, zombie, you're on live television. let's see, is anybody else in on the server right now? Yes, Night Shadows is in. Perhaps we shall see him when we walk around. Let's see. Over here, to our right, we have a house that is currently being built by a member called Harley, or Harley S. I'm not entirely sure about the aesthetics of this house. What do you guys say? I mean, it has its points. I'm not too, too fond of this aesthetic, but I'm very curious to see what she does with it. Now, these redstone blocks here, I don't know, I think they might be supposed to resemble blood or something, but this drippy part down here, and if we move to the side of a house, I think there's some parts dripping down over some doors. Well, to be honest, I frankly just don't know. Oh, and as I'm pretty sure you can hear, because it's hard to not do it, over here is our little village that we're currently building to farm villagers in and make sure that we can get all the good traits, you know, bog standard stuff. Here we have a nice artificial forest placed out with pedantic care by Night Shadows, who is currently farming wood to build the sorter system or warehouse, the too much for your own good warehouse. The idea here is that we have various farms, and also the players can just come and dump their crud that they don't use in here. They will go around the system and get sorted into these chests. Stuff like the chicken. How queer, we don't have any chicken. Nevertheless, stuff like chicken from the chicken farms. Stuff like sugar canes, pumpkins, you know, you name it. And of course the bog standard stuff like netherrack, dirt, stone, cobblestone, andesite. Whatever you might need. Perhaps we will go and have a closer look at this village someday when we can bear the sound of them. Let's see if we can find the main path again. Going. I know this is probably breaking the fourth wall a bit, or some sort of YouTuber rule, but do you guys have any idea how queer it feels to sit here talking to myself whilst playing? You can really tell I'm not a good player, and I'm not very used to this. Hello, squid. As a tradition in homage to a friend of mine who has since moved, I always name these squids Ove. There's quite a story behind that, and perhaps one day I will share it. This here, anyways, is our industrial island, where we keep some of the industries and smelters and crud like that. We have the bog standard charcoal factory, as built by Night Shadows. It's your bog standard thing. You put wood in, it makes it into charcoal, powers itself, and gives you some coal back. So, very nice. We have the tree farm, which is also the bog standard. I don't know who designed this in the beginning, but you just put your bone meal in the chest, goes through the hopper, into the dispenser, you put down the good old sapling here, and it pushes it out and you chop it down. Very nice. Hello, Night Shadows. Oh, could you hear the enderbob? I don't like enderbobs. Anyways, over here we have the good old auto chicken cooker, but this one also gives you raw chicken, cooked chicken, and feathers. Here we have the incredibly noisy and horrible cow farm. But it works, it gives leather, it gives beef and all other things you need from cows. And in here we have a place I've spent far too much time with. The smelter, which is, I believe, Tangotech's synchronized smelter design. I do believe. You put your smelt things in here, you fuel in there if you need to fuel it, it has some fuel in storage, and you get the output here. And as you can see, people have just dumped some crud into it. I believe those are mine. The rest of the crud I don't know. Might be me. Moving on. This here is the very important hole of Gone Forever. Originally it was Count Grieven's Death Trap, as I tried to help Electric Eye and Shade raise this, and because of the way chunks work in Minecraft and this was placed in the middle of two, we had some synchronizing problems with it, and eventually I just wanted to dig a hole and jump into it. Here we have a little miners cabin built by Night Shadows. I do believe it looked a bit differently before, but nevertheless I think it's quite a cute little miners cabin. Over here we have the community mines, where we, well, mine as a community. Might seem quite queer, but on this server we're very few people, only around 10, 20, no, not 20, but only like 10 active members and only like 5 persons ever being active at the same time. As such, we tend to do a lot of things communally and together. Oh look, more coal. Pardon me, but since I really need this coal, I will go ahead and grab it whilst I see it. Is there any? Yes. All of the coal. Yes. I really like how Minecraft added the coal blocks. It really gave coal a purpose to exist again after we got charcoal. Anyways, I love the texture of coal blocks. Before that, the only black blocks we really had was black wool and obsidian. And whilst I love building with obsidian, I love the purple hue in it. Most of you can probably agree, it's not really practical now, is it? Let's see here. Let's have a quick swim just over this way. And see what we can find. Well, you can of course see the tower over there from this town. But we'll take a little adventure, shall we? Let's have a little trek. Raining again. Allow me to adjust the sound for you, because that can't be found to listen to. There we are. Much better. Oh, I don't know why, but for some reason on this server it's raining all the bloody time. You know? Or maybe it's just me experiencing it that way, but really, when I play single player or when I play on any other server, I can be on for, well, 5-10 hours, no problem. Rains once, maybe twice. This server, I'm on for more than 30 minutes. It's been 2 rainstorms and 1 thunderstorm. I shit you not. It's incredibly rainy. Anyways, of course the cathedral is here, and I will give you more looks at it since, as I said, that's the thing I'm most likely to actually be building on in the beginning, and this is the kind of aesthetic I generally like building with. So there you have the side of it. Of course, I personally think it looks the most lovely from the very facade, but that's just me. And by the way, if anybody's actually watching this, which I sincerely doubt, but I know Night Shadows will if nobody else, if there's anything you would like me to do, or any sort of tutorial you would like, in any sort of aesthetic you've seen me build, or just curious about something, do please just send away a comment. I will probably read them, and if I can help you with it, I will try to make a video about it. Here we have some farms, or as I call them, UFOs. They're automated by exploiting villager AI. Don't know whose design it is. I might ask Night Shadow so I can give some proper credits one day. But those are what we use to get stuff like potatoes, carrots, bread, you name it. Did I just kill a torch? Yes, I did. Pardon me, Miss Torch, I did not mean to. Here we have the less than glorious but highly functional greenhouse or plantation, where you can get your melony and pumpkiny and netherboardy and other sort of assorted cruddy needs. As I said, not beautiful but highly functional. I believe this is also built by Night Shadows, although it's been collaborated by most people on the server at one point or another. Your bog standard automatic sugarcane farm, which then transfers all of these sugarcanes away to, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, away to the warehouse I showed you before. Over here we have the first build I ever did on this particular server. It is my plantation. I call it Sunflower Plantation. It is built in what I consider to be a colonial Victorian style. I really just wanted to explore that way of building things, and I do believe it turned out quite okay. Let's head inside. The inside is not as fleshed out as I would have liked, but let's head in anyways. Here you can see I have taken a more gothic approach, although with the light and darkness from the Victorian. In the beginning, these walls were actually pink and purple, which I thought was quite lovely. But after just trying out this gothic darker look, I got attached to it, and the friends on the server preferred it as well. Here we have the main entrance to the upper floor, but we shall not go there yet. We will instead go in here into the dining room, where you might sit and eat whilst some nice bloke of some description might play you a tune on this piano. You can see it's a piano, right? Well, I sure hope it's visible. Here we have the kitchen, very bare bones. Almost modern minimalist, even though I went for a colonial Victorian look. But that's all I really had the energy and time for at the moment when I built this. And ever since I have moved out to other projects and never got around to actually finishing this up. I am quite a sporadic builder, so I will often just jump around a bit when I get bored. Here we have the living room, and I'm really happy with this. I really think it captured the colonial Renaissance theme. Let's see, I'm going to actually turn up the brightness settings a bit so we can get the details, even though it ruins some of the mood. But you can see the beams in the roof, the little traditional balcony, the lovely bookshelves, nice fire, some carpets, oh, and these couches. Yeah, they're a bit hard to sit on, but I find them to be the most pretty couches in this environment. Anyways, moving on, heading up the stairs, we will take a left and have a look at this little library of mine. For quite some time, this was the only enchanting table we had on the server, so people would just flock their way over here to use it. Now I do believe we have another one, so now this is just all mine again, but that's perfectly fine. Here we have what was going to be an office, but as you clearly notice, I got fairly bored with it and just said screw it. We will then move out here, where we have a little storage area, just bog standard, needed a place to store crud. And here we have the balcony. I went for the traditional southern balcony and porch along just the whole side of the house look. I quite liked it. And in here we have the master bedroom. Yeah. Can you tell that I get bored? I really never knew what to do with this thing. Interior decorating is really not something that I'm very great at. So yeah. Nevertheless, let's move on. There we are. Well, that is a quick tour of the server as far as it goes. And since this is just a pilot episode to see whether this works, whether the hardware software setup works properly, and also just to please Night Shadows, I believe I might actually leave you with that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't made you seasick or angry or anything like that, and that you might consider actually watching the next video, in which I might do some progress on some things. So let's just jump up here into my little spotting hill, have a last look at the cathedral, and with that, my friends, I leave you. Thank you so much for watching.